We got my boy Ted Bundy. You know what I'm saying?
Bob Hayward, a highway patrol officer from Salt Lake City, sits in his car in front of his house on Hogan Street.
1975 is
He's
crazy.
just finishing his shift when a tan Volkswagen Beetle passes by with its lights turned off. Hayward knows his neighborhood and realizes this car is most likely not from here. The officer goes on and checks. The Volkswagen Beetle parks right in front of his neighbor's house. The owners are not home. Only their 17 and 19-year-old daughters, alone. He turns on his brights to
I know you lying.
read the license plate. This startles the driver and he speeds away. Hayward chases him. The driver blows past one and then another stop sign. Hayward has
Wait, so you can get followed by the police just for driving? Like what? Like what? I mean, obviously, the suspicion came from the fact that he driving with his headlights turned off. Okay, bet. But I did not know the police could, you know what I'm saying, pull you over for not having your headlights on. Like, that's illegal? Because I did not know that. That's crazy. I mean, obviously, on the road or interstate, whatever, it makes sense why it would be illegal, because how are other cars supposed to see you if your headlights off? You see what I'm saying? Or they not working. But this is a neighborhood. I didn't, like, if it's illegal, I did not know it would be illegal through a neighborhood, but that makes sense. Then, yeah, you parking in front of people. Didn't they say the people he know? Yeah.
has no intention of letting the man escape. A few minutes later, the Beetle finally stops at an abandoned gas station. A man gets out of his vehicle with his hands up. He wears blue jeans, a black turtleneck, and tennis
That's what Ted Bundy looked like? I did not know he had a mullet. That's crazy.
shoes. He has shoulder-long dark hair and smells of weed. Hayward points his gun at him. The man says he's a law student and was at the local drive-in watching Towering Inferno.
Bro, that's not
He got
Bundy,
lost on his way
gang.
home. The only problem is that Hayward drove by the theater earlier.
I'm pretty sure Bundy had a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? That's not Bundy, gang. That's not Ted Bundy, gang.
Towering Inferno was not being shown that night. The officer checks the man's car and sees something very strange. The
Boy, had a
passenger seat
flashlight
is
and rope.
missing. In its place is an open bag with multiple very strange items.
And a mask.
A ski mask, a crowbar, an ice pick, a box of trash bags, gloves, a pantyhose, rope, and some wire.
Penny what? Penny what? You know, man, what the penny what?
In the trunk, Hayward also discovers a pair of handcuffs.
Handcuff. Come on, gang. What you got going, bro? Panties, mask, latex gloves, handcuffs with a key, a pickaxe. Like, pickaxe is insane. Bro, what? Trash bags. Bro.
I'm going to arrest you tonight for evading an officer, mister. But I intend to ask the county attorney for a complaint against you for possession of burglary tools.
Back at the police station, the man gets
See, now that's Bundy right there. That's Bundy. I could have sworn he had a shortcut. I guess when they caught him the first time, he had a mullet.
registered and photographed. While he had the necessary tools, there was no burglary to directly link them to. But without any evidence, he is free to leave the station on bail. Bob Hayward is suspicious. He's convinced that the man wanted to break into his neighbor's house with those two girls inside. Though it was only much later that Hayward would realize the man he arrested that night was none other than America's most infamous killer, Ted Bundy.
Oh,
And it will take a lot
Bundy.
more to finally catch him.
He's not a wild beast to look at or to hear.
Her viciously, biting her,
He was thoughtful, charismatic.
and clubbing her to death.
He was quite personable.
Slow down, my young friend. You think you can touch this girl?
So his name was Bundy the whole time. I thought it was Bundy. I mean, when you look at it, that makes sense. Because if you pronounce it Bundy. So yeah, I don't know what I get Bundy from. Wouldn't Bundy be Bundy? You know what I'm saying?
Where did it all go wrong?
The 70s and 80s are the era of serial killers in the US. Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Charles Manson. But one of them stands out.
I wonder what Charles Manson did. Out of all them three they just listed, obviously we know Jeffrey Dahmer. Come on, bro. Like all that he did, come on, bro. Then they made the Netflix show by, like, come on. So obviously we know who Jeffrey Dahmer is. You know what's crazy, bro? I learned about Jeffrey Dahmer, bro, when I was in kindergarten. Like, bro, I guess what he was doing was so outrageous as a little kid. Like, how old you is in kindergarten? Well, not kindergarten. I'm tweaking. No. I was in elementary school. I probably was either in third through fifth grade, one of those. But yeah, I heard about bro like in the library, bro. Like real talk. Like that's crazy now that I think about it. But I heard Charles Manson name before, but I wonder what he did. No cap. Like I heard his name, obviously, but I don't know what he did. We probably go tap into that. But I don't know who the middle dude was. But that's crazy how all these people, you know what I'm saying, had all this going through this 70 and 80 era. You know what I'm saying?
Ted Bundy. He's handsome, articulate, likable, even.
Well, I'm sure it works, and you've got to have faith it'll work.
One of them stands out. Ted Bundy. He's handsome, articulate, likable, even.
Articulate, handsome, and likable. I don't know what articulate mean.
Well, I'm sure it works, and you've got to have faith it'll work, or else you'd be reduced to some kind of, mumbling idiot.
Theodore Robert Bundy was born on November 24th, 1946. He's a smart boy and grows up in a relatively normal working-class family.
I grew up in a wonderful home with two dedicated and loving parents, one of 5 brothers and sisters. A home where
so his mama had 10
children
kids.
was the focus of my parents' lives, where we regularly attended church. 2 Christian parents who did not drink, they did not smoke, there was no gambling, there was no physical abuse or fighting in the home, but it was a fine, solid Christian home.
But not everything is all right with Ted. From as early of an age as 3 years old, he does strange things. When his aunt is sleeping, he arranges kitchen knives around her. When outside playing in the forest, he frequently takes apart mice. When swimming, he more than once tries to drown others. He never shows any signs of guilt.
At 3 years old, he doing this? Bro. Like, I mean, I guess if it's your child, you probably biased. But let's say if I had kids, right? Let's say I had a son that's 3, you know what I'm saying? And I say, son, we about to go swimming. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a W dad, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, son, you about to go swimming. We about to teach you how to swim today. You know what I'm saying? And when I take him to the pool with everybody else, he grabbing, if my son over here grabbing the other kids and trying to drown them at 3, obviously it's a problem with him. My son might be a little thrown off, you know what I'm saying? He might be a little thrown off in the head. Like, like it's not funny, but bro, come on, gang. Cause y'all imagine, let's say even y'all, let's say, I don't know, some of y'all might got kids, some of y'all, I don't know. But let's say y'all take y'all 3-year-old son swimming. And while he there, once he figure out how to swim, let's say you hop on your phone, you probably just on social media, TikTok scrolling. You just hear water flap in the air where you see your 3-year-old son putting somebody's neck in the water. Like, come on, gang. Come on, gang. At 3? You tweaking at 3? Like this? Oh, no. Oh, no. We got to get them help. Like, come on, gang. Y'all had the signs before, you know what I'm saying, he could get to an adult. Y'all had the signs that he was gonna be a problem. Like, bro, he 3 drowning people? Like, what? You crazy. Boy. 3 though? I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I don't know, gang. When I had kids, I don't know. Man, I ain't gonna lie, they probably ain't going to nobody's house. Man, nah, gang. Oh no. I'm getting too paranoid. Man.
A few years, he and his mother lived together with his grandparents. His family is religious, his grandfather a deacon. But the grandfather is also abusive and violent, a racist wife beater and collector of violent porn.
Wait.
His family is religious, his grandfather a deacon.
Okay.
But the grandfather is also abusive and violent, a racist wife beater and collector of violent porn. Despite all this, Bundy adores him and regularly peeks into his collection. Ted is intelligent and good-looking, but he is also very shy. A loner who is often bullied at school, he sometimes has serious outbursts of rage and does not quite fit in with the other kids his age. During his first years at college,
You think? I'm pretty sure a dude that want to drown people at 3 don't fit in with the crowd. Like, come on, bro. That still was stuck with me. Like, bro, 3 though? Like, Jesus.
Ted is insecure and has almost no social life. A positive memory for him is when he buys a 1968 tan Volkswagen. It gives him a sense of freedom and independence. Over time, Ted Bundy builds the perfect mask. He appears as a confident and
Is this what he was doing? Is this what he was doing and it looked just like this animated version? Literally looked just like what he was doing in real life? Yeah, bro, come on, gang. The signs are here. Do y'all not hear the background music while he got on a mask, bro, dancing in the room by himself? He is a problem.
charming young man now. Graduates in psychology.
Like, imagine going to your son's room. Like, let's just say you hear music from your son's room. And you know how parents be. They just peek in, see what you're doing, checking on you. And you just see your son dancing like this with the music, with a mask on his face. Man, don't be like, boy, if you don't get your mama break. Man, I'm about to act like, man, wait, man, where the belt at? You about to get the belt. Like, boy, if you don't stop doing that. Man, you don't stop doing that. Man, I'll open the door, peek it. Boy, what's wrong with you? Who is you dancing with? Who is somebody in the room? Boy, who is you dancing with? What is you doing? Go outside. You know, boy, go outside. Like boy, I'm about to act like an old school parent. Man, go outside. Nobody outside no more doing this time. Man, go outside. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that, man. Yeah, you tweaking. Man, wait.
Starts dating girls and attends law school.
He tweaking.
But he doesn't care much about the law himself.
Tweaking,
As a teenager, Bundy had a lengthy history of theft. When he turned 18, it was wiped. But the desire to commit a crime grows and grows inside him. On February 1st, 1974, Bundy breaks into a student's home, abducts, and kills his very first victim, Linda Ann Healy.
He tweaking.
Bundy's victims are always attractive young women.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Was his very first victim.
Hold on.
Linda Ann Healy.
Hold on.
Bundy's victim.
Bro, no way. Did this all his doing? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, they gotta be capped. They gotta be capped. Hold on. Hey Siri. How many people did Ted Bundy murder?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many people did Ted Bundy murder. Check it out.
Can you give a number? Yeah, all right. Bro, she over here showing me links on Wikipedia. Bro, I asked for the number. Say the number. I'm going to start using AI. Could they get right to the point?
Victims are always attractive young women. He approaches them in public places, faking an injury or disability and luring them to his car. When it's charming, Bundy's victims are always attractive young women. He approaches them in public places, faking an injury or disability and luring them to his car.
Okay.
When his charm and good looks convinces the women that he's no threat, he beats them unconscious. For the bodies, he has a place on the floor of his tan Volkswagen, right where the passenger seat used to be. He drives to his...
You see, obviously it seemed to be one of the ways he was able to lure people that he's trying to harm is by coming off innocent by using his looks, right? But let me tell y'all something. Even if y'all may already know this, just for the people that don't know, bro, people that want to harm, you know what I'm saying? Like the most evilest people, the people that want to harm, the real bad, wicked people, bro, they not go come off as that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the cliche saying, a devil in disguise. Bro, notice how a lot of cliche sayings are one of the most realest things you will hear. Bro, the cliche saying, a devil in disguise is a cliche commonly heard thing because it's true. It's so common that it go in one ear and not the other one unless you seen it for yourself. But bro, a devil in disguise is the real thing because people that are real deal devils not go come to you as the devil. Want to know why? Because if they come to you as the devil, before they can even get close to you, you gonna already run away from them. The devil don't want you to run. He wants you to come to him. The reason why he wants you to come to him, he wants you to get as close as possible to him so he can get you. Why? I sound like what? Ooh, I'm spitting. So if the goal is for him to get you close so he can get you, the reason he go come as, for example, an angel or something that's more appealing, whether that can be an attractive person, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, an innocent look or something, anything that'll draw you close enough for them to get you, you know what I'm saying? That's what they go with. Because why would a devil come to you appearing as a devil? You go already run away. If he don't want you to run, he go come to you as some more appealing so you won't run away so he can get you. It's simple as that. The most evilest, wickedest, and bad, worst type people in the world, bro, they not go show or approach or come to you as bad, bro. They come to you as some appealing. Now, appealing can mean anything depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is attracted to different things. But obviously, the most common thing people are attracted to, for example, a good-looking face. But then again, looks could be subjective. You can think what you think look good could not look good or look less good to somebody else. Like your type could be this, but they type is this. You feel me? So that's just a little small, little, you know what I'm saying, little knowledge right there for y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, real talk, bro. No cap. The devil in disguise cliche saying is very true, bro. Facts.
Secluded location where he brutally rapes, strangles, and...
Like, for example, hold on. I know I'm yapping. I know I'm yapping. But look, for example, I just got to say this real quick because it's like one of the most perfect examples. Like, for example, like what is called, I guess you could say in gangs, right? You will see in some gangs, you will see like the person with the most craziest tats, you know what I'm saying? Tat face tattoos, tats head weird. They probably buff, bulky, woot the woo, right? Whole time, bro, he not even the worst one in the group. The worst one in the group is the dude over here that look like a regular civilian with no tattoos at all. You feel? Y'all see what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all understand that. That's probably the best, easiest analogy y'all can get it off if I put it like that. Like real talk. Real talk, man.
Conscious. For the bodies, he has a place on the floor of his tan Volkswagen right where the passenger seat used to be. He drives to a secluded location where he brutally rapes, strangles, and kills them, often not even stopping there. Every month, more and more women disappear, first in Washington, then in Utah. The public is afraid. The police are desperate. For a very long time, nobody has a clue who did all this or how to find them. Before Ted Bundy, the term serial killer simply did not exist in people's minds.
Wow.
His facade is always well maintained. He even briefly works for the Seattle Crime Commission and writes a rape prevention pamphlet for women. Bundy knows exactly how to not leave any evidence. DNA tests were not yet invented, and even if the police would find something, departments at the time rarely shared information across state borders. But on November 8th, 1974, Ted Bundy makes a crucial mistake. He leaves a witness.
But
if these murders,
that actually probably makes sense why, like how y'all said, like, well, not y'all, I'm tweaking, but how they said, like, they listed 3 serial killers, including Ted, during like the 70s, 80s. The main reason why they probably was doing that because, like, you see how he said, like, they didn't have DNA tests, like, you know what I'm saying, whoop the whoop. So they probably didn't have cameras either. So, you know what I'm saying, or their cameras weren't the best quality. So during the times, you know what I'm saying, like, it probably was like the best time to do crime and easily get away with it. Or getting away with it was more a higher chance compared to now. You know what I'm saying? So that probably makes sense why there was so many people that was serial killers or tweaking around them times.
Had happened today, the hunt for Bundy might have ended much sooner. Fingerprint matching and other computing techniques have transformed police work over the last decades. Data science is relevant in countless fields today, and it's not magic. Brilliant can be a great first step to get your foot in the door. With Never, also get Carol DeRanche is a premium subscription.
2 escapes.
Carol DeRanche is 18 years old. She's driving her 1974 maroon Camaro onto the parking lot of a Sears mall. She parks under a light and walks into the building. Carol is looking for books and stands just outside of Walden's bookstore when a man approaches her. He introduces himself as Officer Roseland from the Murray Police Department. He is polite and well-dressed. Someone was trying to break into your car, he says. Then asks the woman whether they should check if anything is missing. She agrees, and they both go back to the parking lot. Carol looks into her Camaro, but everything is there. The police officer tells her that the suspect is back at the police station. If she joins him, they could file a complaint. Carol smells a slight whiff of alcohol and starts feeling uneasy, but the officer shows her a badge and she agrees to come with him. They go to the officer's vehicle, but it's not a police car. It's a tan Volkswagen Beetle. Maybe he's undercover, Carol.
Yeah, that's the... Well, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, that's the first red flag, but I could see how she probably thought maybe he undercover.
Thinks. She feels a bit nervous, but gets into the car anyway. A few minutes later, the man stops the car at an elementary school. He suddenly grabs her arm and handcuffs her. Carol starts screaming when he pulls out a gun. Carol is terrified. Luckily, she realizes that her handcuffs aren't attached to anything, so she grabs the door and quickly jumps out of the car. The man chases after her and pulls out a crowbar. He hits the woman once, twice, but Carol holds up her arms in defense, fighting for her life. Another car is approaching.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had to get caught here. Because most likely, bro, you will be screaming if somebody, like, harming you, gang. So, and mind you, this is in an open street. So, yeah.
Carol manages to break loose, runs away, and jumps into the other car. She goes straight to the police and reports the man who introduced himself as Officer Roseland and his Volkswagen tan Beetle.
Yeah, you cook, bro.
Bob Hayward is so unsettled by the man he arrested. The next day, he mentions him to his brother, Captain Pete Hayward, a homicide detective. The detectives at the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office immediately recognize the car. A year ago, a woman in Seattle reported suspicious behavior by her boyfriend. She saw an eyewitness drawing from a kidnapping that looked just like him. The woman's boyfriend also had a tan Volkswagen. 10 women have gone missing, and the man is on the list of suspects. The detectives start connecting the dots and invite Carol to a police lineup. 8 suspects in total are standing in line, including the man Bob Hayward arrested a few weeks ago. When Carol DeRanch sees them, she immediately identifies the fake officer. On March 1st, 1976, Bundy is sentenced to 15 years in prison for the attempted kidnapping of Carol DeRanch. The investigation picks up pace, and the police manage to connect him to another case, 23-year-old Karen Campbell. In October 1976, Bundy is sent to Colorado to stand trial again, this time for murder. If only his story ended.
Dang, you can go to trial again if you already in jail? Like, I'm talking about, like, you can get charged again when you already been charged. Like if you in jail, you can get charged with something else. That's crazy. I did not know that. That's crazy. I did not know that. Huh.
Ended here.
I thought you can only get charged if you're free.
In his second trial, Bundy decides to defend himself in court. He is a law student after all, and a very confident one. For that, Bundy receives slightly more freedom from the judge than other prisoners. A typewriter, a desk, unlimited and untapped phone calls, and access to the law library in the courthouse. There he can move freely without shackles or handcuffs. Bundy's trial is in full swing. During a recess, he goes to the library. His guard is in the hallway, smoking a cigarette. It is a sunny day, the sky is blue, and Ted Bundy jumps from a second-story window. The fall is
So he escaped prison.
hard, but after landing, he immediately runs across the street, over a fence, and into an alleyway. From there, he sprints to a river, and from there, straight to the mountains. Bundy planned his escape for weeks, jumping from his bunk bed to strengthen his ankles, going through his exact escape route again and again, putting on a second layer of clothes under his courtroom outfit, practicing how fast he can change, getting a haircut, shaving his beard. A woman rushes into the courthouse and informs a guard that she saw a man jumping from one of the windows. The guards immediately sweep the floor. From the moment Bundy leapt from the windows, it takes them 10 minutes to realize he's gone. The police set up roadblocks. They send bloodhounds into the mountains and tell the residents to lock their doors. Radio stations and newspapers quickly cover the escape. 150 policemen are now hunting a killer on the loose. Ted Bundy wanders through the mountains. He has nothing with him, no money, no food, no plan. Only a light shirt and his pants, and since he defended himself in court, a map of the area that was used in the trial. A whole day, he hikes up the grassy hills and by nightfall manages to cross the Aspen Mountain. The next morning, however, is cold and rainy. So instead of wandering further south, he tracks back and finds a small cabin, where he stays for the night. On day 3, Bundy leaves the cabin, now better equipped. He has some food, warm clothes, and a rifle. On this day, the FBI joins the manhunt, bringing in helicopters. Despite the map, Bundy gets lost. When a rainstorm hits, he becomes even more disoriented. The cold is doing the rest. He eventually starts walking in circles and lands back at the cabin. There, he finds tracks of the search party. They're onto him. For 5 full days, Bundy is hiking through the hills.
You know what I realized too? He might get caught here. Even though he escaped, he might actually get caught here because, mind you, they say it's raining. He just said he seen footprints of the police team that's looking for him, right? He can see like the tracks in the grass, right? But if he can see their tracks, they also can see his. Oh, wrong boy. Error, malfunctioning with the sound effect, you feel me? But look, obviously it's raining, so that's just gonna make the tracking more easier, seeing the footprints more easier, because if it's raining and y'all in this like grassy mountain area, bro, it's mud, so your footprints gonna be in the mud. So luckily, if you get lucky, they could think it's theirs. But if they realize that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because most likely the police team wear the same type shoes. If they see a different print definition of the shoe compared to theirs, like the sole at the bottom different, they go find you, gang. It do be tough.
With his ankles swollen and his food running low, he finds himself back in Aspen. His only chance of escape is to find a car. At a golf course, he finally finds an old Cadillac with the keys inside. It's the morning of the 6th day of Bundy's escape. 2 police officers see a Cadillac zigzagging on the road. They stop the car, assuming it's a drunk driver. Instead, they find a sober but weak Ted Bundy. He lost over 20 pounds and barely managed to steer the car. His nose is wrapped in Band-Aid and he wears glasses, but the officers easily recognize him. He is arrested only 2 blocks from where he jumped out of the window. Back in custody, Bundy now also faces charges for escape. He has to wear shackles and handcuffs when in court. It matters little to him. Almost immediately, he starts planning another escape.
Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know during this time, bro, before what it's called, what the police called, law enforcement. But I know law enforcement during this time, gang. Hey, they was getting the straight belt by the criminals, gang. Facts. Like, you know how many people, bro, when I was just looking at El Chapo, bro, he escaped twice too. Like, bro, and then they said during this era, it was three, I'm guessing, like, real serious serial killers between 10 years. Like, bro. So, like, bro. Yeah, I know, boy. I mean, I guess that, you do become good at things from being bad at it. By being bad at something first, that's how you become good. So I guess that's probably how, the law enforcement got to where it at today, you know what I'm saying? For example, they can track certain stuff better, DNA tests and all that, cameras everywhere. So I guess, obviously, for them to get to where they at today in 2025, it was through trial and error. So, but boy, during the beginning stages, boy, I know they was probably stressing. Cause these criminals steady escaping. They doing all these like outrageous crimes to multiple people. Like, boy.
A guard brings Ted Bundy a warm meal to his cell and leaves, but Bundy doesn't touch it. Instead, he lifts himself up into a small hole in his ceiling. In the weeks prior, he used a hacksaw he got from another inmate on an already loose light fixture to cut open a hole. To fit in there, he had to lose weight, so he reduced his meal sizes by constantly complaining about the food as a cover. Bundy is prepared. He accumulated $700 from donations for his defense. In the weeks before his escape, he used the trapdoor regularly, searching for a way out, and he found one. The vent leads to a small apartment of a prison guard.
Wow.
Bundy crawls through the tight shaft. When he reaches the apartment, he hears voices. The guard and his wife are eating dinner. Bundy just sits there, waiting for his opportunity. The woman says,
"Could y'all imagine looking at y'all air vent and seeing a human looking at, like, bro, I bet that's so creepy, bro."
"Let's go to a movie tonight." "Sure, why not?" the guard replies. A few minutes later, the door slams shut, and Bundy drops into the apartment's bedroom. He puts on a pair of blue jeans, a gray turtleneck, and blue tennis shoes. Then he walks out of the street through the front door. This time, it takes the guards 17 hours before they realize what just happened.
17 hours to realize that a killer is on the loose that already escaped before he escaped again. Like, bro. Yeah.
Bundy has long vanished.
Like, bro.
It is a quiet night on campus. The parties have mostly ended, and the local nightclub is closed for over an hour now. Nita Neary comes back from a date with her boyfriend. When she tries to enter her sorority house, Chi Omega, she notices that the door is unlocked. She enters and finds that the lights are still on. A few seconds later, she hears a loud noise from upstairs, followed by footsteps. A man comes rushing down the stairs. He's holding some kind of club in his hand. He hastily opens the front door and runs outside. Nita wakes up the others, and they soon realize a monster has been in their house. 4 young women have been assaulted. 2 of them will die.
What?
In the following weeks, Ted Bundy tries abducting multiple women, but always fails. Until he finds 12-year-old Kimberly Leach. The girl is out in the rain. She is running across a basketball court to another classroom at her school when Bundy signals the girl to come over. She does. David Lee, a patrol officer from Pensacola.
Mind you, the date at the bottom say 1978. So, bro, y'all haven't found him for a year, bro? Shh, bro.
Cola sits in his car when an orange Volkswagen passes by with its lights turned off. Lee knows his area well and realizes this car is most likely not from here. He follows the driver and checks the license plate. The car is stolen. Lee turns on his police lights and the car starts to speed away. But David Lee has no intention of letting the man escape. A few minutes later, the Beetle finally stops. Bundy must have had a strange feeling of deja vu at this point. This time, Bundy will not just get out of the car with his hands up. He will not say he's a student who watched a movie and got lost on his way home. This time, Bundy decides to fight. He gets out of the car. The officer points a gun at him. When the officer tries to cuff Bundy, he hits him in the face, kicks him off his feet. The officer fires a warning shot, and Bundy runs. Lee, now running right behind Ted, fires another shot, and the man falls to the ground. But Bundy hasn't been shot. It's a trick to grab the officer's gun. He fails. The officer hits Bundy with his pistol and manages to arrest him. The hunt for America's most infamous killer has finally ended.
Chapter 4, a sensation.
Bundy's
79.
trial began for the murders at the Chi Omega sorority house. Soon after, he went to court for 12-year-old Kimberly Leach. Bundy tried to defend himself, and in both cases pleaded not guilty. 1 month later, on July 23rd, Ted Bundy was sentenced to death. A few days before his execution, Bundy confessed to a total of 36 murders. Newer DNA samples show that Bundy might have murdered over 100 people, starting his killings at the age of 14.
What the? So how old was he when he got arrested?
What makes the trial of Ted Bundy stand out is not only his charming and likable demeanor, the ruthlessness of his murders, or even the fact that he managed to escape from prison twice. What makes Bundy's trial stand out was the trial itself. It was the first ever in U.S. history to be shown on national television.
3 murders, but is believed to be the killer of perhaps 40 women.
Just another death row inmate convicted of
made that mistake.
Since he defended himself in court, he had many opportunities to show his charming personality to the public. And many people were fascinated by him, especially young women.
What is there to be? What is there to be fascinated about? So he's saying the people that watched him on television still found fascination out of him, bro. Well, what is there to be fascinated, bro? Mind you, they basically saying he murdered 36 to 100 people and started this at 14. I guess.
Are you a little scared when you look at him?
Yes. It scares me to be in the same room with him, but I know there's other people in there.
I'm not afraid of him. He just doesn't look like the type to kill somebody.
Every time he turns around, I kind of get that feeling, no, gonna get me next.
But
bro, are these? It's a conversation with the killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. It is like this, like the people that seen his trial, or like this something else. Like I need some context. Like these are girls saying this about him after like knowing what he did, seeing his trial on TV, and these they afterthoughts about him, or it's just like something else.
Yet you're fascinated by him.
Very, very.
Why do you do it?
I don't know.
From all those women in the courtroom, there is one who stood out. She believed in Bundy's innocence almost to the very end. Carol Ann Boone, Bundy's girlfriend. He proposed to her during court. After his conviction, they even had a child together.
Carol, do you want to marry me? Yes. And I want to marry you? Yes. And I do want to marry you.
Bundy's trial became an unprecedented media sensation. People all across the country could watch a killer fighting for his life, trying to evade his death again and again for years. On the last day before his execution,
I'm so confused. Like, is these people against him or they with him? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm so confused. Like, is they on his team?
Television crews from all over the country came to Florida State Prison. Thousands of people gathered. They had signs with them and fireworks.
At one point, the celebration got out of hand.
T-shirts were sold with a phrase you could...
So they like him. Wow. I guess. Wow. The world is very interesting. The world is very interesting. They celebrate a dude that... The world is very interesting. So I wonder where them girls that was on the recording, were those girls that I already know he did, and those are their thoughts on him, and they like, bro, they mess with him. The world is very interesting, bro. Bro, mind you, we say the Ted Bundy's execution, and it seemed like they're, I don't know.
Florida State Prison. Thousands of people gathered. They had signed.
Thousands of people got a, hey, Ted, this buzz is for you. What that mean? Mind you, that's like back in the day. I don't know what they slang words were. I don't know what buzz mean.
Signs with them and fireworks.
At one point, the celebration got out of hand.
T-shirts were...
Like, is they celebrating because it's his execution? Or is they celebrate? Like, I'm so confused. Like, do they mess with him or not? I'm so confused. Like, is they celebrating because of his execution, or is they celebrating, like, showing love because it's his last day? Like, I'm so confused.
Were sold with a phrase you could hear people chanting, "Burn, Bundy, burn."
Oh, okay. So they don't like him. Okay, all right. I thought they liked him. Facts. I thought they was like I thought they was like acting like fanned out, but they doing it because he's getting executed. They celebrate because he's getting executed. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I thought it was the other way around.
On January 24th, 1989, after spending 10 years on death row, Bundy was executed via electric chair. The person who flipped the switch was a woman.
Ted Bundy, even in death, stirred hatred.
Slow down, my young friend. You think you can touch the sky? Where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong? Slow down, my young friend. You
crazy,
think you
man.
can touch the sky? Where